good evening, Monica.
Yes,
How are you?
evening practice. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. So let's get started. So myself, Prakhar, I'm a data engineer, and I have got 5+ years of experience into multiple cloud technologies like AWS, Azure, and I've been working with a good MNC. So tell me something about yourself.
Yeah, I'm total like 7 years of IT experience with like mostly I started my career as data engineer, and along with recently I was working on Azure cloud, mainly on Azure services such as DataBricks and Data Factory. Um, yeah, I was working for the banking domain. This is like just brief introduction about me.
Okay. So Monica, let's just get started with your strong skill kit. Like on what skills you are good at.
Yeah, I'm very good at Pyspark, Hive, SQL, along with the Azure DataBricks and Data Factory.
Okay. What about some DSA?
I have knowledge, like I have basic knowledge how to solve. It's mainly about the how to we solve the problems, right?
Yeah, exactly. So let's just get started with some of the DSA part, and then we will go on one by one to your strong skill sets, right? So suppose we have got 15 coins, and with each coin you can buy one chocolate.
Okay,
So, and like for one coin for one chocolate, and for three wrappers of the chocolate, you can get one more chocolate. So on basis of this, you can get uh, one chocolate from one coin and then one chocolate from three wrappers. So concluding this, at the end of your coins and wrappers, how many chocolates you will be having in total?
okay. So we have 15 coins, and for each coin we'll get one chocolate, and three wrappers will get one more chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For my understanding, like for one coin, like for 15 coins, 15 chocolates, and for each wrapper, uh, for each three wrappers, we'll get one extra chocolate. So when divided by 15 by 3, we'll get five wrappers. And again, out of these five wrappers, if we divide by, I mean, if we take three wrappers, we'll get one more chocolate. And this one more chocolate plus under two chocolates we have. Like out of five wrappers, three will get one wrapper, and the remaining two we'll get one more, like three wrappers, and we'll get one more chocolate. So 15 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1, 22.
All right.
22.
Yeah. Good. Nice. Okay. So, um, do you know how to get the fifth highest salary in a table?
Yeah, yes. Highest salary in the table. So we can go ahead with the group by condition. Like for example, I mean, is it the like basic table, or how? I mean,
Basic
just
table
like
only.
yeah, basic table like group by and max of salary we can get, and we can also get through window function also.
Okay. Um. So, have you heard about something dense rank?
Yeah, it is also an analytic function here. The slight difference is that it does not skip the values, the rank values for the same partition item. For
Okay.
example, we take an department ID and the salary of an employee. If the two departments having the same salary, it will give 1 1, and for the next value, it won't skip. It gives us a 2.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't have any gaps with rank. Nice.
Yes.
Okay. So, how will you get to find out duplicates from a table?
Yeah, duplicates. I can recollect, like I can as of now I can think it is as a group by like select so and so columns like group by we can use. Um, and also like window with using the window function, the row number, where rn is greater than, I mean, greater than 1.
Yeah, cool, fine enough. And mm, do you know what lead and lag does?
Yeah, it's also like lead, nothing but we need whenever we in the same column we need a previous value also, then we go with the we go with the lead function. If we want lag is nothing but previous state value. Usually we give us lead and column name, like one or two values before, comma one.
Okay, yeah, cool, makes sense. Okay, how good you are on Azure?
Azure, I can rate myself as out of
Hmm?
5, 3 to, yeah, 3.
Okay, can you tell me what does Data Factory does and how it is different from Databricks?
Yeah. Uh, Data Factory is nothing but the cloud service, where it is used for ingestion, creating the pipelines, and also do little bit of little moderate level of transformation. Coming to the Azure Databricks, it is mainly like doing of complex queries. Um, while in Azure Data Factory, we can use only simple queries like group by select renaming of columns. Coming to the Databricks, we can use a very complex joins, and also it is more it has more performance than Azure Data Factory transformations.
Okay, cool. Now, if you can just explain the use of Data Factory with Databricks for orchestrating ETL workflows and the benefits of the combination that we're using.
Okay, so um, on cloud, on premises, um like we face issues like whenever the scalability and integration will get more issues when compared to the cloud. The Azure Data Factory has many connected services such as Azure Synapse, and even also we can connect with the other cloud source and on premises. And by using the combination of Azure Databricks and Data Factory, the scalable, that you available, the using of transformation uh, is also very high. Like we can perform the complex and the networking. The security feature is also very high, which comes with the like alerts, monitors, and um, yeah, these type of features is very high in a cloud service. And also we can scale up and scale down by using the feature like enabling auto scaling in Azure Databricks. But in comes to the on premises, this feature is like little bit very hard.
Okay, cool. You just mentioned that you have used Hive.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so what is Hive Metastore?
It holds the metadata of the
Metadata of the.
table information.
Okay, okay. You by table you mean schema, right?
Yeah, yes,
Okay, cool, nice. So like Hive is a data warehouse, right?
yes.
Similarly, what do we have in Azure?
Uh, Azure Synapse, but not to like it also contains other features like it also ingestion, and also having it its own compute network, compute service.
Yeah, yeah, fine. That's nice. Exactly right, correct. So, how would you design a highly available and scalable architecture running on Databricks on Azure.
How I will design. Okay.
How would you design a highly available and scalable architecture on Databricks, Azure
Yeah.
Databricks?
Okay. This comes with like various factors where we can think of um, uh, availability zone, because in order to have in order to have less failure on infrastructure level, we should go with a good availability zone. And availability zone is where we are having the region is more than 3, which is zone enabled. So we should go with the zone enabled, and the it should be we need to select very near to the end user. This is also one important factor. And highly scalable nature, by enabling the property of auto scaling. Whenever any traffic will increases, um, the number of worker nodes, the nodes will get increased automatically. And the third factor is, we need to have a separate virtual network, so that um, what we can have a dedicated services whenever we do with the on premises to cloud, when we migrate from on premises service to the cloud, so that there will be less downtime.
Okay, cool. So, can you tell me the size of the cluster that you were using on Azure?
Yeah, it's 5 cores and the 16 GB RAM, and with 5 node cluster. I mean to say the one executor is having 5 cores and 16 GB RAM.
Okay. Uh, can you tell me the difference between Spark session and Spark context?
Spark session and Spark context. Yeah. Spark session comes from Spark 2.0, and Spark context is like earlier, where it holds and previously from Spark 2.0 before, it used to have different context, SQL context, Hive context, Cassandra context, where to connect with the different sources. But from Spark 2.0, they have combined and uniform into under one object, that is Spark session object.
Exactly.
And
Nice.
yeah,
So can you tell me the storage service on Azure?
yeah, we have Azure Blob Storage, and Azure Data Azure Gen 2, where we use for analytic purposes.
Okay.
They
Any
have slightly,
differences? Yes, please.
yeah, yes, yeah, yes. There are slight differences between both of them.
Okay.
The differences comes with Azure Blob Storage is not having any hierarchical feature, whereas Gen 2 is having the hierarchical feature, where we enable using in advance. We need to enable the enable hierarchy, so that we can get the hierarchy in the uh, container. The other thing is that blob storage we can use mainly for backup, such as like whenever you are taking any backup of SQL Azure, we can use. And we can also fill with a different I mean any type of data, uh, structure, semi-structure and unstructured. We mainly use for analysis purpose. Um,
Okay. Cool.
and it
Cool.
also uses folder structure. We can create the folder structures.
Yeah. Nice. So, do you know the difference between Gen 1 and Gen 2 ADLS?
Um, no idea.
Okay. No worries. Which service do you use to check the logs in Azure?
Yeah. As of now, we have implemented like there is a log metrics service we have implemented, and we monitor through the alerts.
Okay. Cool. So, let's get back onto SQL. So, suppose we have a table, and that table is having a column name. So talking about my name, Prakhar. So how would you count the number of A's in my name?
So is in your name. Uh, we can go with one thing like counting the length of your name, like length of your column name, and we can go with the my idea is here in wherever we are having the a, we need to replace with the empty, so that the number of words will get, then the number of characters will get decreased. And when we find the length, the actual length minus the reduced length will give the actual number of characters.
Yes, exactly. Cool. So suppose we have got a column in a table that is
Okay.
having names, and the name goes like Monica space Burry, and similar to the same thing, we have got one name and separated by a space. We have got the last name in only one column. Now we want to make another table out of that. Um, we just want first name and last name in a different table. How can we do that?
Okay. I'm just rephrasing like what I understand. We have a column and it is consisting of Monica space Bairi, and we need to give us Monica like in other table. Monica is the first name and last name is Bairi, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So here also we can go with the same concept. Like we need to first check with the space, how much space is, I mean how many the space, how many number of spaces between the two words like Monica and the Bairi. We can use, like as of now I can think of character index with the, which is to find the index of the space. Then by finding the index of the space, we can use the split function for the column name to till that character, and the next name starts with the after the indexed number. Like if it has fifth is the space, then from 0 to 5th will give the first name, and sixth to the end it will give the last name.
Yes, but now we want to be uniform for all the names. Like my name would be having different number of first name characters and different numbers of last name characters. So how you can do that? You have already got the logic that is split. So, but you just need to find the space. How you are going to find the space?
Yeah, so char index of column name comma space we can use as a um, we can use it to find the index position of the space. And we can split like using the case when statement for the column name.
Okay, cool. So let's get on to PySpark. How many types of joins are there on PySpark?
Yeah. Generally, like as of like similar like SQL, we have inner, full, outer, and like full outer, left anti. Um, Along with we have different join strategies like broadcast join, shuffle hash join, sort merge join.
Do you know the difference between shuffle hash and shuffle merge?
Okay, shuffle hash and sort merge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, both can be used for the data frames which are like large enough, and there is like slightly difference. Shuffle hash we can go with. I mean, it is little bit costly than sort merge because of in shuffle sort it sort it is similar. It the la, when the two tables are have been like are joined, when the two tables are joined, and during that phase after the when the join happens, such that the partition of the same key will be placed in the same such that the same key will goes into same partition key. It If the data is very small, it goes with the hash function. Mm, so that the query performance will get increased. Well, whereas the sort merge join, it goes with the so first it goes with the all the keys go into the same partition. The same keys will go into the same partition, and then sorts, so that the join becomes very easy, and merge it.
Okay. Cool. Have you worked with Airflow?
No, I don't have that.
Okay. Have you worked with orchestration tool? Any?
Yeah, presently we are working for like I have ADF for cloud project, and Autosys for presently we are on premises.
Do you know about triggers?
Yeah, yes, triggers.
Yeah. What kind of triggers do we have?
We have three mainly. One is schedule trigger. The other one is um, uh, custom trigger. Another the third one is tumbling window trigger.
Okay. And
One storage event trigger. If
okay.
I'm not uh,
Cool. Cool. Fine. So, do you know the difference between RDDs and data frames?
yeah, yes, RDDs, it comes with the concept like which it does not have. It is a basic data structure in Spark, and it has no schema. Whereas data frame, it is like upon RDD with a schema evaluation on it,
Okay.
and both can
And
be interchangeable.
yeah. And do you know about data sets as well?
Yeah, yes. Data set is also like a higher API, but it is compatible for only few languages, Scala and Java. Yeah, and it is compile type safety. Mm. It will throws an error at the time of compilation rather than runtime.
And do you know why it doesn't work with Python?
Yeah, because of its dynamic nature of dataset, it doesn't work with the Python.
Cool. Okay. So, do you use any version control?
Yeah, yes, Bitbucket present. We are using Bitbucket.
Bitbucket.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So, can you explain me about Spark architecture?
Yeah, yes. The Spark acquisition, like whenever a job is submitted, first the request goes to the cluster manager. Then the cluster manager will connect with the I mean it creates application master in one of the worker node, and launches the driver. The driver connects with the master node to fetch the metadata. Once it parallelly it checks with the node manager for um, for the number of uh, number of cores it required. Once it get negotiate with the node manager for the resource, um, it launches the parallelly firstly it creates a directly assigned graph for each job, and then when an action is called, the DAG gets executed on uh, executor nodes, and here these jobs are converted into the stages based upon the white transformations. um, if we have n plus 1 n white transformation, it converts into n plus 1 wider stages. Then these stages are subsequently goes to the number of tasks depending upon the number of partitions. Once these tasks are completed, the result is goes back to the driver.
Okay, cool. And like if we talk about Spark, has like you must be using Spark jobs on your project, right?
Yes.
And which service do you use to handle your Spark jobs
I mean,
on Azure?
on Azure Databricks.
Yeah, okay. So like suppose you are having a job that is currently running and suddenly it got failed. So do we have something as partial upload on Spark?
Do we have any partial upload?
Yeah, so like if we talk about like we have got 500 MBs of data and the job has run for like around 30 minutes, it should be running for 1 hour or something like that. So 50% of the data was processed, 50% of the data was not processed. So just after 50, processing processing 50% of the data, the job has failed. So will you get any output or will you not get any output in Spark?
Okay, 50% job is completed, 50% job is not completed. So whatever the failed, Spark tries to re-trigger within the other executors. So once everything is completed, then we'll get the result.
No, no,
Uh,
like just think about the job is failed. After processing 50% of data, the job uh, got terminated because of any failure error. So do we have anything like partial upload in Spark?
no, no.
Correct. Okay, cool. So like as you mentioned, like you have been working with Hive as well and Spark both. So um, with Hive, that works on top of something, okay, that is very commonly uses MapReduce. So now we are not using MapReduce. Any crucial factors why we are not using MapReduce these days?
Yeah. No, so MapReduce, I mean, basically the MapReduce is a computing where it uses Mm, yeah, it uses the process like IO. Um, the number of IOs is more high in MapReduce. For example, there is like 5 series of transformation. It goes with the 10 IO operations, which is very hard. And MapReduce is always bind with the language like Java. For simple queries, we should go with the very big lines of code. These are the some of the factors.
Okay, cool. So we have covered SQL, we have covered um, uh, PySpark, we have covered Azure. So let's get on to Python. Okay, so uh, what is the difference between list and tuples in Python?
List and tuple. Yeah, list is a collection item which is basically mutable, whereas tuple it is immutable in nature. It is also collection. It is also from collection, and the list has like very bad methods compared to the tuple because of it goes with the insertion, updation, deletion factors.
Yeah, correct. And how about dictionaries in Python?
Yeah, dictionaries is also collection items where we can also go. It's an mutable object um, with a key value pair.
Okay, cool. How about some lambda expressions, lambda functions in Python?
Yeah, basic lambda is nothing but it is an anonymous. It seems to be the anonymous function similar to the Scala function. Um, uh, we use lambda function where instead of creating the function df and writing our logic for
Hmm.
simplicity, you can go with the lambda functions in and there simple statement.
Okay, so let's go on to the final question. Suppose we have got something to process, and I just want your architectural knowledge to be used for this question. So, uh, what will be your preference? We have got a cluster, and how you're going to design this cluster is either ways, whether if you are going to use um, big nodes or small nodes. So like A cluster with 4 big nodes or a cluster with 40 small nodes? What will be your preference?
Uh, Cluster with more nodes and with a small nodes.
Like,
Uh,
just suppose you have got 10 big nodes and you have got 40 small nodes. Okay. The similar thing that you just mentioned, we have got a Spark architecture, a master slave architecture, and we have got one master slave both. One master slave is having 10 big nodes, and one master node is having 40 small nodes. So what will be your preference to process?
uh, so my preference is uh, we need to go with like we need to check the parallelism and also the like as a like mm, when I go through the concepts I heard like each executor should have like at least I mean for better performance executor should contain 5 cores so that it avoids the throughput um, and mm, yeah garbage collection also. So the ideal way is like choosing basing upon these concepts we can choose the cluster.
Okay, so at final, which will be your preference? Like, I can also consider there is no right or wrong with the answers. It's just about the preference. There is no right or wrong.
So with the same configuration 40 10 nodes and 40 nodes, right? uh, so the number of configurations yeah we need to even check the in I mean incoming data.
If you can just consider the data constant and just feel like you are having 10 GB per node per 10 nodes and 4 GB or 2 GB for the small nodes. What will be your preference?
So as usual like large so that I mean so that we get more parallelism.
Okay, cool. That's all from my side. Any questions that you have got from me?
Yeah, no pressure.
Okay, thank you then. I'm done with my interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.